I'm Linda Jennings, and I have a company called Carry On Limited. I make recycled products out of recycled and upcycled rice bags that we find and buy from underprivileged women in Bangkok. I started my business Carry On using Thai rice bags as an inspiration, which I actually fell in love with Thai rice bags maybe 30 years ago. In northern Thailand, I was a stewardess for an international carrier, and we got a lot of opportunities to travel to great places and spend a lot of time in really unusual kind of out-of-the-way places. And we were on the border in Chiang Rai up by Burma, and I saw 3 hill tribe women who were beautifully dressed with beads and wonderfully handmade hats, and I just thought they were fabulous. And they were carrying these big bags that they had sewn that were made out of Thai rice bags. They had big elephants on them, and I just fell in love with them and thought they were so interesting. And I asked around and found out that you could buy used rice bags in this little village in Chiang Rai, and I went and bought a bunch just because I liked the pictures on them, and I took them home. And I actually had a friend of mine who was a seamstress sew up a bunch of big, very simple bags. And I had little children at the time, and my kids used them to carry their beach stuff, and they were all outrigger canoe paddling, and they put their paddles in them, and they kind of became the rage. I didn't have very many, but we passed them all around, and everybody really enjoyed having them. First of all, I think travel has inspired me the most. My whole life I've been able to get on an airplane and go anywhere in the world, and I certainly have taken advantage of that and seen all kinds of culture, and have always been attracted especially to women's issues and women's kind of culture, and how women are so good everywhere in the world of taking whatever is around them, if it's used cloth or rice bags or pieces of tin and plastic, and they are able to refashion them into very interesting and useful items. So I think that certainly travel has inspired me to see what's out there, to give me inspiration to make the bags. I think women in general have inspired me. There are so many underprivileged women that don't have a lot, but are able to put together things for their homes and clothing and toys for their children using their imaginations and whatever they have handy. And I have always enjoyed going to all the local markets in Africa, in Asia, all over the world really, and kind of seeing what these women are doing. I think what is making my bags a success and what makes them interesting is that they are, first of all, green and recycled, and they're fun. You can take a carry-on bag out to lunch at the Four Seasons here in Bangkok, or you can take it to the beach. I think that people like a conversation piece, and when you carry a bag that has something recycled on it and you know the story, it makes everybody else interested in it. And I think owning something that has a story is a lot more interesting than going to a store and spending a lot of money on something. Some of the challenges that I've overcome are small but very important. I think anytime you start a new business, you find things out that you didn't know everywhere you turn. For me, just finding great bags was a big challenge. Recycled rice bags are recycled for cement, to put dirt in, to carry food, and people use them outside in upcountry places. I've been to stores where they have huge bags in front of their store just filled with different kinds of items that they're selling, and they're all rice bags. To try to get rice bags in good condition where the graphics are great is very difficult. And then I think the hardest part is just translating what I want to do and what I'd like the bag to look like to someone who speaks another language and comes from another culture. But I think it's the process for me that's been the hardest. Tips I can share on being an entrepreneur are probably many. I think for anyone trying to start a business, I think you really need to do your homework and really start small. If you can do it without having the expense of a shop or employing a lot of people, I think that it's really important to employ a number of people that can help you, but try not to overexpand in the beginning. And I think you just have to be very clear about what you want to do and not get sidetracked and off track by other people's suggestions. I think if you have something that you really love to do, I think you have to follow your heart and go with it. And if you really are enthusiastic and you really want it to work, I think you have a good chance of making it happen. I hope you like my little story about Carry On bags. I really am inspired by the art and color of Thai rice bags. I think it is a national treasure, and I really would like more people to see this product. I think that it's a great souvenir. I think it's a great way of promoting Thailand, and I hope that you read this story and you vote for me.